Oh, hello, friends. You just got me rereading When Picasso Met Matisse, a book that we read this week. In fact, reading this book this week reminded me how much I love the genre fiction when the author is writing to tell us a story, and how I think it can be interesting to read fiction stories because they make me feel something. They're creative. They can make me laugh. They can make me feel sad if sad things happen to the characters. They can make me feel angry if somebody does something I don't like. Fiction is a genre that can really have an impact like that on the reader. And so, being reminded of how much I enjoy fiction made us think that maybe for writing this week, we could write our own fiction stories. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to come up with characters that we like, we're going to put them into a story, a problem's going to happen that they're going to solve, and then they're going to learn something from having solved that problem. So each day, we're going to write one page of our story. And before we start writing the page, we're going to work on coming up with a plan for what we're going to write based on which part of the story we're on. So, reviewing this framework, the somebody wanted but so then framework that sometimes is the way authors tell fiction stories, will help us prepare to write our own. So let's just remind ourselves. Somebody tells the character or characters are in the story. Wanted tells what the characters wanted to do or have or get. But tells the problem that happens in the fiction story. So tells how that problem is solved. And then tells what happens at the end of the story. Maybe the characters learned a lesson. Maybe something interesting happens to end the story. But it's the end. So somebody wanted but so then is one way to make sure that you have all the parts of a fiction story. And so we're going to use the somebody wanted but so then framework to come up with our own plans for our fiction stories. So today we're working on page 1. That means we're working on the somebody part of the story. The somebody part of the story is where the author tells the reader the character or the characters who are in that story. So we're going to work on the somebody part of the story today. We're going to come up with our characters first, and then we're going to write the page introducing those characters to the reader. As you're coming up with the character or characters for your fiction story, you want to think about all the good reader things that we've been talking about. You want to think about their character traits, their heart, their body, their brain. What do they look like? What kind of character are they? Where are they on the mood meter most of the time? What sorts of interests do they have? What are their identities? Thinking about those things will help your character be more detailed and will help your story be more interesting. So for me today, I'm going to think first. Really interested in mermaids right now, but I'm not very good at drawing mermaids, and I know that I'm going to have to be the illustrator of my story, which means I'm going to have to draw mermaids a lot, so maybe I won't choose that as my main character, because I might get kind of frustrated if I choose something I can't draw. What's something that I like and am interested in and can also draw? Ah, I got it. Unicorns. My character is going to be a unicorn because I feel pretty comfortable about drawing a unicorn, and also I'm interested in them, so I'll enjoy writing about them. So my character is going to be a unicorn. I think I'm going to make his gender identity a boy. He's going to be a boy unicorn. I'm going to think about his brain and his body as well. Okay, I'm thinking about mood meter feelings that I might use to describe him. Maybe he's a lonely little unicorn. No, I don't really like that either. I don't want to write a lonely story. I don't want to, that might make me feel blue as the author. So I'm going to choose a yellow feeling instead. Oh, I know. How about brave? I'm going to write about a brave little unicorn. That's going to be my character. I also think I should come up with a setting. He could live by the beach. Ah, I got it. I know something I like. My brave little unicorn's going to live in Cupcake Forest. So, on the somebody wanted but so then framework, I went ahead and added the details to help myself remember about my brave little unicorn. I practiced drawing what he might look like, because I'm going to have to draw him a lot. He's going to be on every page as the main character. I made a note to remind myself that my unicorn is brave, and I described how little unicorn lives in Cupcake Forest. Now I have all of the details for my character. If you want to create a somebody wanted but so then plan for yourself, you can pause this video, copy these words, and do the details for your own character in the section by somebody. Now, you don't have to do that. You could just think of the steps each day, or you could just talk about them with words. But if you want to write them down onto a plan or a pre-write like this, that might help you remember what it is you've been working on. So my character is the brave little unicorn who lives in Cupcake Forest. But remember, this isn't a page I'm going to show my reader, because my reader can't tell what's happening looking at this. Instead, the page I'm going to show my reader is going to look like it always does, where there's an illustration at the top and there's words at the bottom that tell my reader who my somebody is, who my brave little unicorn is. So I already did my page, and my page 1, where I'm telling about my somebody, looks like this. My words are here. You can read them with me. Ready, set, read. This is the brave little unicorn. Added a period there so I know my reader knows that I'm in the green, low energy. Ready, set, read. He lives in Cupcake Forest. And again, another period. So I already have my words, and it's really important in your words on your first page that you introduce your somebody. You tell your reader the person and the place and any words or ideas that you use to describe that person's character traits, their heart, their body, and their brain. So this is my page, my somebody. This is the brave little unicorn. He lives in Cupcake Forest. So another teacher is going to take over tomorrow for the wanted page, but for today, you're going to create your somebody for your fiction story, and then write your first page, introducing your reader to that somebody. Now, if you feel like you can't come up with ideas for who your character is or what their character traits are, what their brain, their heart, and their body are like, you can reach out to your teacher and ask for some ideas. We're always here to help you as your editor. Can't wait to read and write these fiction stories with you this week.